better turn down that music or I'm gonna get fucking hit with the copyright again. That's a song by David Bowie. It's part of the Sweet Thing and Sweet Thing Reprise freaking little 3-song set that he did on the Diamond Dogs album. It is a cool version. I said that. It is a cool song. I really liked it. Now I did that, I gotta make sure I put the freaking song title and everything in the comments of this video or the description. Otherwise, I get with fucking copyright shit. So I gotta do now. How lame fucking YouTube is about this stuff. Can't have music in the background. Anyways, so today I'm having a hell of a day. I'm pretty fucking irritated with a few things, and I can really only talk about 1 or 2 of these publicly. So I'm gonna do that, and then and tell you some of the ridiculousness that is the internet. So you know, don't upgrade your turbo ever. Like, make sure you stay with the stock turbo. Don't put exhaust on your car either. Don't put an intercooler in your car. Don't put injectors in it. Don't run flex fuel. Just make sure you don't touch it at all. In fact, maybe you shouldn't buy another car ever, because that wouldn't make sense. Because there's already one on the market, so you should just stick with what you got. You already have it. That's the kind of logic that fucking idiots have out there. When Chase made a video about my cam tool, and he put it on the internet, and some dude shared it and on Naziok, and he was sold Naziok. Well, there's already cam seals. You know, there's already tools that do this job. Yeah, that's true. There's also already turbos for your car. You know, but they're like, yeah, it's dumb. Like, there's no point in having another cam seal. Don't buy this one. There's already ones on the market to do the job. Okay, well, mine's fucking better. Let's start with that. Right? No one makes a cam seal like mine. No one makes cam shafts like mine. No one makes pistons like mine. No one makes, right? That's because I fucking do it differently, and I do it better, plain and simple. And my cam seal install tool is fucking awesome. It's got a pilot, the guide shaft, I should say. It makes sure everything is square. It doesn't fucking deform like crazy. I mean, there's precision in it. It makes the installation easier. Like, it's just fucking better. But some dumbasses, well, there's already a cam seal install tool on the market, so you shouldn't. Well, and don't upgrade your turbo, you fucking idiot. There's already one in your car. Why would you need a different one? That doesn't make sense. Why would you want a better one? That's ridiculous. Who wants a better turbo? Fucking idiots out there. Seriously. The other thing is, my coolant mods have been delayed and back ordered for fucking eternity, it seems, because I can't get clamps. I've contacted over 20 clamp manufacturers up to this point trying to get clamps. I've even tried going with different styles of clamps, and everyone's like, oh, we don't have them. Yeah, we don't have them in stock, sorry. I know it's the only thing we do is make clamps, but you know, we don't have clamps. We're a clamp manufacturer that doesn't have clamps. Yeah, super annoying. So I talked to Ideal Tridon, I've been getting the clamps from for the last 2 years now, and they've been fucking me the whole time. Like, just not good prices. They never freaking have them. And I've talked to them so many times over the years, and they've said, oh, we will always keep at least 2,000 on hand for you. If our inventory ever drops below 2,000, we'll start making new ones right away. Make sure you always have them. I mean, that's what they said, but they ain't fucking done it. I can't get clamps. And I expressed to them, like, look, I only offer a few parts right now. Like, this is one of my main sources, and this is my source of income and my source of R&D funding. These are my other stuff. Like, I need these clamps so I can do my shit. And they're like, oh yeah, they'll be another 16 weeks for clamps. 16 weeks? Are you kidding me? 4 months? So, anyways, I think I finally found somebody, and we worked out a cool deal. I have my own clamp now. It's my own size even, because my cooling mod was really in between sizes. It was like, you can get this next size up, which has the huge freaking ugly tail on the hose clamp. After you screwed it down, like, no one likes that big ass tail. It looks like butt shit. And then the other one was one that's a little too small. You have to unscrew almost all the way to get on there and tighten up. What you tighten up though, tiny tail. Doesn't look like ass. So I got them making a custom size that will have still a tiny tail, but you can get on easier. So that's good news. And they're gonna have they're gonna have GDT, GetaDomTune. stamped on the side of them. Although you make me think maybe I should just type DOM on there instead of GDT. But GetaDomTune now is on the clamp, and the size, of course, and my own clamp. It's 304 stainless. It's the rolled edges, so it doesn't pinch the hose. Non-perforated, so it doesn't cut the hose. They're fucking nice clamps, and I will be getting those in a couple weeks, supposedly. Right? That's the other issue. Like, I've had a lot of problems with people saying they will do things and then not doing things. So hopefully they will. Hopefully they will get the clamps and I'll have those, and then the cooling mods will no longer be on back order. I did just ship out a hits the day before yesterday or Monday. I don't know if I did. What day is today? I think it's Wednesday, maybe. Yeah, so I shipped out a bunch out on Monday to Rally Sport, IAG, Modern Automotive Performance, that kind of stuff. So if you're looking for cooling mods, they're gonna have them as long as they're not back ordered beyond what I sent them. So if you're looking for those, they are available out there in the world. I found a small supply of clamps, enough to do about 50 more kits. Those will be here, I think, tomorrow. So I'll be able to make a whole nother 50 kits again. So again, if you're waiting on cooling mods, I should be able to get it. You know, I've been trying to just I'm pulling clamps out everywhere I can until my big batch. I ordered 10,000 of these customs. I'm hoping to God that the final product is as nice as the sample product was, because you know sometimes the nice shiny one, you know, for the demo, and then when you get you're finally like this. It's like getting a burger from McDonald's, right? You look at it, you're like, this is not what's on that screen right there. Like that. I'm seeing like meat and like beautifully crisp, fluffy lettuce and a thick tomato and all these toppings, and I get this thing. It looks like someone sat on it before they gave it to me, right? So hopefully I don't have the McDonald's sandwich scenario when I get my clamps here. They told me 10 to 14 days, but I have a feeling it's going to be like, you know, 2 to 4 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm paying for express shipping, which is almost $1,000 for shipping alone just to get them here. So that's a good time. I mean, it's 76 kilograms. I think is what it was. Maybe something like that. I don't recall. Anyway, so that's cool. So don't upgrade your turbo, because that's just the moral of the story, right? Don't upgrade turbo because there's already one on the market for it, and that's the one that's on your car. And there's no need ever to get a better one, because why would anybody want a better one? You already have one. Whoops, my car just told me I'm going too fast. Let me go faster. Fuck you, car. Ooh, that's got some G's in it. Get some. Now I'm on the off-ramp, so. Now I need to like engage fuckboy mode here. Look at my exhaust flap and get on my burbs going, roll down the windows, so get my hat on crooked. There we go. Now we're talking. All the burbs. All the burbs. Oh yeah. I hope you heard them. I hope you heard those burbs. I hope everyone heard those burbs. That's why they're there. I had to enable that mode. Luckily, I don't have that shit on all the time because it's a little obnoxious, but people want that shit as soon as they want a demo. You know, and I gotta give them that. But I make sure mine are way nicer than what they get, right? I get the nice burbs, and then they get the delivered Big Mac of burbs. They're like, I think I heard a pop. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. Okay, we're going. Woo. I don't know about you guys, man, but the B58, that's a sweet fucking motor. BMW did a killer job with B58. I mean, and if you see the Toyota Supra, those things do amazing with just a tune. And then you throw a turbo and some little extra fuel at it, those things rip. It's like the best bang for the buck car you can get. It's like spend a couple grand on it, you're at 700 fucking horsepower. Like the B58 is sweet. I got the 440i in a 2019, so mine's technically the Gen 1 architecture for a handful of the things. It's like a in between. It's got slightly newer engine stuff, but then it's got the Gen 1 turbo, and I think it's got the Gen 1 fuel pump, and so mine's kind of a mutant between the first B58 and the B58 that's in the newer stuff. But regardless, with a flash on it, this thing, well, I got an exhaust and, you know, and a tune, and I guess that's it. And then suspension goodies. Thing fucking rips. The launch control, you know, because it's automatic, right? The launch control is really impressive. If you give it a few seconds for the boost to build and you launch it, like when it hits $3,000, you hold it for like 2 more seconds, the boost comes in, it'll blur your vision on the launch. It's pretty good. It feels a lot like my friend's Tesla. He had the ludicrous mode on his Tesla, and it feels a lot like that. If you haven't had a chance to launch with Teslas, those are a lot of fun too. Tesla's obviously a little faster than this, but it's got a good launch control. These things are really impressive. If you do the XHP tranny flash on them, and then you can tweak the boost setting and some of the other timings associated with the launch control on the XHP flash, from where they set it when you get it, it's a little soft, and some guys are actually launching weaker than they would on a factory flash with the default settings, but you gotta, you know, adjust it and make it more aggressive. And they do that because often your tune is a lot different than the factory tune, and so you gotta tweak it and get it in right. And I did just a couple tweaks once, and I've only used launch for like fucking 5 times in this car, but when you do, man, whew, it's a good time. So, anyways, that put me in a better mood. I was pretty pissed off about the cam seal thing. But let's see, I saw a question pop up in the chat. Obviously, I'm driving. I'm being super, super safe. Common problem, I've been trying to get shirts made, right? Yeah. Over 3 months. On the 3rd business, they keeps flaking. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is about the industry right now. It's interesting. Like, I can't seem to get engines built correctly. I've been trying really hard to get engines built, but it's hard. Just getting the short block machine rag, the place we usually use, they gave us case halves that weren't even matching anymore. Like, they had clearly line honed these cases with a different mate and then bolted 2 wrong ones together and gave it to us, right? And so you go to do the clearance and you're like, okay, this clearance looks good, and if you measure straight across, the clearance is right, and put a crank in it and it wouldn't turn. Like, wait a minute, what's going on here? So took it apart, remeasured it. Oh shit, check this out. If you turn it 45 degrees one way, the clearance gets way big. You go the other direction, it gets small. Well, how the hell would that happen? Because you have two circles, 2 half circles, and they're the wrong half circles. They're offset, right? So now I have 2 sides that are close, too far apart. Like, god damn it. So they screwed that up. P2P, yeah, they fucked up too, man. I have yet to get one from them that's fucking correct. I'm really upset about it. I really tried to give them, you know, like, my business over and over again, and I'm on the 3rd or 4th block now that I can't fucking use. I don't understand why they can't get it right. It's really upsetting. This one, we just caught a case bolt, kind of caught the insert for the closed decking, just barely rubbed it, pulled the insert dropped like fucking 6 thou, maybe 10 thou. Like, what? How? First off, how can the insert go in further, right? Like, it's supposed to be on a step. The insert went in further, and so we had to just reach in there and fucking tack it back out with the fucking bolt. That's how easy it was. So not only was it barely pressed in with any tension at all, but it wasn't sitting on a shoulder. That's fucking unacceptable. Sorry, that's not fucking acceptable. And then we go and do the main clearance on it, and the bearings won't even stay in the fucking block. The main is bored so fucking big, the bearings won't even hold themselves in the block. And they don't crush because they're 2 thou oversized. Well, the block is 2 thou oversized. So the bearings don't crush, so they're not round. Right? Like, what the fuck, dude? And it ain't like he did it too small, and now I can just go get it honed bigger. He did it too big. So now I got, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, weld it up? I was weld up on these main bearings. Just weld up the case and fucking machine it down, right? That'll work. No, doesn't fucking work that way. So now I have to try and find the King 5 thou over bearing, which I fucking hate King. So I'm forced to use fucking garbage King bearings, and I have to do the whole center line 5 thou larger and hope that whoever the fuck I have do that does it right, because if they go too big, the block is fucking trashed. It's toast. Can't do a goddamn thing with it after that point. Because nobody else makes fucking bearings for bigger main tunnels, right? Just fucking just King. And you know, who needs oil pressure, right? If you don't like oil pressure, King main bearings are the bearing for you, because fuck oil pressure. Ugh, man. Sorry, you get me going now. Yeah, fucking P2P's fucked up. Other place fucked up. Other shops I can't seem to get shit from on any amount of time, dude. It's ridiculous. It's so irritating. I just got a block from IAG. I'm hopeful on that one. I'm hopeful that one is good. So we'll see. We'll see when we take it apart and start to do all of the blueprinting. We'll see if it's good. We didn't have them do the bore and hone on that. We're doing the bore and hone ourselves on that one. So you know, they are not in any danger, you know, there for that. But obviously, I'll make sure the main bearings are correct. I want to make sure that the sides and all of that. So that's all super important. Yeah, I just got here to tier 1. Now I go yell at Chase about some other shit. I'm frustrated. On the bright side, though, I did get 5 sets of cams finished yesterday. So that's good news. And Chris has been waiting for a cam, so his will go out today. I fucking left him here at the shop like an idiot. Didn't even bring him home so I could put a label on him. So Chris will get his cams. Josh's cams are here already for his build. Igor's cams are here for his build. Mike Libby's cams are here for his build. Like, it's good. It'll be a good time for those guys. I'm really excited for that. Don't buy my cams. There's already cams on the market. Nobody would ever want better cams, or cams that have new features. That seems silly. Why would you want a cam that has reduced chance of failure and increased reliability? Why would you want a cam that has the industry's only fucking direct-to-lobe oiling? Why would you want a cam that has the industry's only lobe treatment, that my treatment, obviously, only one, that I can't tell you about because somebody else will fucking rip it off if I do. You know, I don't know why you'd want any of that shit. Why you'd want a cam with a more aggressive ramp rate, different center line, offset valve opening angles, same closing angles, different fucking, just all the features that make the cams fucking magnifique. Don't buy them because there's already shit cams on the market. Yeah, it's silly. I actually lose money on my cams, believe it or not. I lose about $200 per set. I don't buy them in bulk enough from Kelford to get a good enough discount to cover all the extra time, machine work, welding, yeah, the parts and everything that I do to them. I actually lose money on each set, which is why I'm pretty picky about who gets them. I don't want any Joe Blow with a fucking VF or a stock Lexion turbo, you know, to use them. If you got a stock Lexion turbo, don't even bother clicking on the thing. I'll just cancel your order. Like, don't buy them. I want people that need a badass cam to get them, because those are the guys that will see the results. Everyone else is just wasting my money. That sounds terrible, but like, it's literally my money. I mean, yeah, I'm not paying you to use them, but you're not paying me full value for them either. So I want them to excel on cars that are going to be impressive. I want those cars to realize the benefits of, you know, such a good cam, not somebody with a Dom 105 that's like, yeah, I think it's pulled a little faster, right? So you blocked it. Yeah, Matt. Oh yeah. So what's up with that? Are you getting a block from Chase here? Because we can't seem to make anything happen over here. It's been pretty frustrating. So with these block manufacturers, I'm about this far from doing it myself. Yeah. Sorry, but I got a good machinist, and he would definitely be capable of doing a good insert and that kind of stuff. Third block. Oh, you're one of the guys that's on the list? Yeah. Yeah. Well. Anyways. Yeah, because we got, oof. I got a guy named Damien, lives in Oregon. He's been waiting for a block for a long time. And he needs his, but everyone we get's been fucked up. One of them, we got the bores were scratched up. Like when they pulled the stones out of the cylinder, they didn't take the tension off. They just drug them up the bores. Like, I mean, you may think that that's okay for an engine that you're gonna run, but like my customers don't want to see vertical fucking lines on their cylinder walls, especially if you can feel them with your fingernail. Like that's that's a loss of crosshatch there. That's vertical fucking lines. That's a path for oil. That's a loss of compression. That's totally unacceptable. And one of them had that shit in it. And like I was like, oh yeah, whatever. The rings will wear it down after you start it. Like that's. I'm not telling my customers that shit. Like that's not. They don't want that. They get a nice, expensive, well done block. It should look like a nice, expensive, well done block. It shouldn't look like someone took a fucking Ford Focus that had been in a fire and dropped a Lamborghini V10 in it and like, Lambo. Like, no, dude, that's a fucked up Focus. Like, I appreciate you put a sweet motor in it, but I want to look at a Lambo. I don't want to look at a fucked up Focus. I don't know. So don't buy Focuses that have been in fires. Don't upgrade your turbo. Don't buy my cam seal tool, because you'll get better shit and you might, be upset with that. I hate people sometimes. Anyways, I think it's enough of my rant. Luckily I had good news in there. The custom clamps, that's super cool. Cams are all are getting done. That's extra cool. And my car's fast, so that's good. Any other questions? Like, I'm here, I'm available. I'm about to go tune a car. I got a 207 swap in a bug eye. And you guys know me, I hate bug eyes, but it's a clean bug eye and it's got 207 swap in it. So it is moved from hate to tolerable in that margin. So I will be tuning that today. And like I love the 207. It's a fun motor. They're not great for big power unless you do a lot of shit to them. You got to do cams. The heads are big. Ports, they always, big ports. Yeah, the exhaust port still sucks, but the heads float a decent amount, but you got to put cams in them. The springs are really weak. They float really easy. They don't carry power very high up top. Even though they rev to like 8 or 9 grand, like the power peaks like 7, and they're just following from there on. They're not that impressive. They're great on the stock turbo. It's a really good all-around motor. It's the best VF powered engine that Subaru's ever made by far. I really enjoy the 207. I like the sound of the equal length ones. The unequal length ones sound okay. How long did it take you to to tune the BMW? Long time. Yeah, long time. These things are slow as fuck to tune, man. First off, there's just I used BM3, right? Boot mode. And I regret it. I regret using BM3. It's fucking garbage. God damn, it's garbage. Kevin Harden, no. Yes? Maybe. Please expound on that beautifully eloquent post, Kevin. No. Oh. Yeah, right. Oh shit. 70 plus 718 came in S or out. Okay, that isn't even a comparison. Like I don't like that the Cayman or the Audi, like how is that even a comparison? The Audi is a nose heavy fucking pig. Like nose heavy, just stupid fucking car. It sounds really neat, and it's got turbos and stuff. Yay. I mean, lots of cars have turbos, but it handles like butt cheese. It's just, the Audi's trash, dude. The Audi's trash. It's not even a comparison. The Cayman handles so fucking good. Porsche couldn't put a limited slip in it from the factory because the first year they released the Cayman, the NA fucking version would outperform the 911, their flagship car on the track. They had to put an open diff in it because the car was so fucking good on the track. And then you compare that to a 56 front, 44 rear weight distribution RS3, like, that's not even a comparison. No, not the fucking Audi. Come on. It might even be worse than 56. The RS3, that one might be 58. One of them is really, really bad. Really bad. Yeah, and then you're talking an actual two-seater, or 2+2 like the Cayman versus, you know, a sedan or something. I don't know. Cayman all day in that situation. I would never go in either of them really, but why don't I like bug eyes? Bug eyes are trash. They're old. They were made absolutely shitty, and they've been owned by every 16-year-old kid for the last 15 years. His first car, who's done nothing but fuck the car up forever. And it has the most disgusting engine Subaru ever fucking built. The USDM EJ205 is the biggest hunk of shit engine I have ever fucking seen in my life. I would run a 3-cylinder GM fucking Geo motor, you know, out of a Metro before I ran a 205 on purpose, man. Fuck that engine and fuck that car. Not just that, but they're fucking ugly. Holy shit. I remember when I got my RS, October 24th, 2000, I took delivery of my 2.5 RS, my 2001 2.5 RS. I've been watching World Rally. I loved Subarus and shit. And then they announced they're bringing the WRX to the US. And I was like, fuck. 2 weeks after I got my car, they said, WRX coming to the US. I was like, God damn it. I just bought my car. Now the WRX is coming to the US. Fucking figures. And then they showed a picture of it. And I was like, oh, I'm good. That car is fucking hideous. And you know what? To this day, it is still hideous. The only bug eye I have ever seen and liked would be a Sedona red bug eye with all the factory body kit stuff and the dark projectors on it. That's the only fucking bug eye I think that ever looks worth a damn. Second to that might be a white one, with the projectors and the JDM body kit on it and stuff. But that's it. Other than that, that car fucking sucks. The interior blows. The freaking more room under the hood maybe. It's got a little more room in front of the crankshaft for other activities maybe. That's it. But man, fuck bug eyes. They started off trash, and then they were beaten to death by their owners the rest of the time. Bug eyes suck. When someone says, hey, what do you tune my EJ205? My first response in my head is always, fuck no. I don't want to tune that jank. Is it at least built and got a big turbo? No, stage 2. I'm not your guy. Sorry. You got a stage 2 bug eye? Don't fucking bring it to me. I don't want to see it. I fucking hate them. I hate them. I hate your bug eye. Plain and simple. I almost hate the blob eyes. It's got a 205 in it. It's fucking trash. I don't want to see it. Don't bring me 205s. There, I fucking said it. Now I can stop hiding behind my keyboard and saying nice stuff like, oh, well, the car probably needs maintenance, because honestly, they all fucking need maintenance. They never show up in good shape. They always show up beat to shit. They always show up with shit missing. They always show up with the jankiest fucking blow-off valve setup. They always show up with the shittiest fucking front mount that some guy pieced together out of fucking pool noodles and a radiator from a fucking Civic. Like, they are just the absolute shit fucking car to ever curse a shop, ever. And I think we got a few here that someone dropped off sometimes. Like, hey, we took my car. I got like $300, man. Well, it needs like 3,000 in work at minimum to even start. So yeah, fuck bug eyes. Can't stand them. Make 650 on stock boards and B25 heads. Yes. I don't know. I don't know. I think if I tried 650 on stock boards, probably. If you get really good cams, I'd say so. I mean, nothing boost can fix, man. Like your port's a flow rate, right? Your port size. By the time it reaches supersonic, right? That's about where it chokes out, right? So it's always at like supersonic. So you got a flow rate in the port, and then the cam is the time. How much time do I get at that port's flow, right? So if you get a big enough cam, sure, like you can fill that cylinder up. You get a big enough turbo behind it, the turbo's big enough, and the back pressure's low enough, and the boost pressure's high enough, you will push air in the engine. There's no reason that you can't do that, in my opinion. I mean, I've never tried, because I always do at least a bull blend or something. But oh, I did 517 on 18 pounds of boost with my cams on stock port 207 heads. So I would say probably. Like, I was on 18 pounds of boost on pump gas. I was hardly even trying. So I would say probably. Whoa, I forgot I got some attention on that one. Whoops. Mustang dyno. Yeah, I still think you can. If you have big enough, like I said, big enough shit to do it, absolutely. Imagine returning home after test driving my Forester after turbo upgrade, opening YouTube and seeing this. That's funny. How do you really feel the 205? Well, I think I told you. Fuck the 205. 05 WRX. Yeah, man. Apparently you don't love your son. Like how I bought my bug eye, still ugly as sin. Yeah, they're not attractive, that's for sure. Hey dude, Grand Theft Auto, what's up, man? 205 at 200,000. Oh, kilometer gang, sure. With this blow off. Hey, I mean, some people get lucky and they last a long time, but lasting a long time is not the same thing as fun. ACL's a 2 and a 5 over 70 range in H and HX. Oh, that's good to know. I didn't think ACL did it. I know that everyone right now is just fucking fighting to get bearings. Bearings are so out of stock. And King, let me add more shit to the King rant. So King fucked up like 10,000 bearing sets. They didn't bend them right. Like, they didn't fucking have the right angle. They go, meh, meh. They're all like weird shapes. They fall out of blocks. They don't sit in there. King fucked up like thousands and thousands of bearing sets. My wife just texted me she loves me. And because they're so fucking idiotic, they don't mark the batch number on the outside of the box. So these 2 batches of bearings are completely unusable unless you do what they say, and that is bend it with a bar. They want you to bend your bearings to be the right shape to use in your engine with a bar. So if you bend the bearings with a bar, you can get them to work. But otherwise, these 2 sets, these 2 batches are bad. I think it's LA and LA2. They're not fucking round or half round, right? Because they're bearings, but they're like S-shaped and D-shaped, and they're just totally fucked. And I just farted. Holy shit. And so like they fucked up these bearings, and they don't have the batch numbers on the box, so they can't identify which ones are bad. They have to open the box, cut open the plastic, then read the bearing and go, nope, these are good, repackage them, or go, yep, these are shit. So people all over the country are getting shitty King bearings, and King's like, we'll send you some more. We don't know if they're good or not because we can't open the box. Like, they're sending out bearings that may still be bad in a fucking box because they didn't mark the batch number on the outside. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what is that shit? It's retarded is what that is. That's fucking retarded. When you move that much material, you gotta have identifying marks on the outside of the box to identify when it was made, whether it's just a production date or something on the fucking box to say when those bearings are packaged, anything. And they don't. And so there's thousands and thousands and thousands of sets of bearings out there on the market right now that are not round, barely fit in blocks. They're just totally fucked, and they have no idea or any way of getting the information to their customers saying, return this to us if you see this on the box. Nope, you have to open it and then read the back and determine that you have bad ones. So if you're a business like us that builds engines and we have 50 sets on the shelf, we don't, because Chase would never put that kind of money in inventory. But if we did have 50 cents on the shelf, we have to open every single one, cut the plastic, read it out, and then ask them to send us a replacement set that may still show up wrong. That's fucked. That's completely fucked. Now, King is just fucking hot garbage anyways, so whatever. Okay, let's see. Boy, let me back up here. Turbo Easy 36. Yes, eventually. The problem is the 36 is kind of weak. It's got cool shit, it's got bad shit, and so I want to de-stroke it first to strengthen the bad shit. 2791 flex fuel limit STI swap. Oh, wait, legacy. Yeah, that's actually a fun setup, dude. That sounds like a fun setup in that legacy. Build that motor or go 78. Obviously, go with the Porsche. Like, why would you keep subjecting yourself to an EJ if you can get out, right? I mean, it's like a haunted house, right? And the door opens and you choose not to go outside. You're like, I'm just gonna stay in here and get murdered by the dude. I see there's a clear pathway to a taxi that's waiting there. My Uber driver is right there, and I hear the guy upstairs. He's fucking 30 feet away. I could get out and get out of here, but instead, I'm gonna go and see if I can love it out of him. No, dude, if you can get out, go get the Porsche, dude. Have a good time. Don't keep sinking money. Put it in bypass mode. That's what that means. I got an O2 bug out of the TF4, still keeping it reliable. Yeah, I mean, that's the only way you can keep it reliable. 20 versus, yeah, okay, so the FA20 is better. And as much as I hate saying that, because I despise the 20 so much, I only despise the 20 because of the ECU and the way it's programmed. Mechanically, it's still pretty good. Subaru had a goal. They have the EJ, right, which is, I don't want to say the EJ's a piece of shit, because it's not a piece of shit. It's got its flaws, but there are a few cars you could run 9s on the stock long block on, and the STI is one of them, right? That's fucking amazing. That is an accomplishment in itself. That is something that you couldn't do that with a 4G. You just couldn't. And the 4G is so much stronger overall when built than an EJ, right? And way easier to tune too. So I don't want to say that the EJ overall sucks, but inherently it is not a rigid block, and it definitely has flaws. Now the 205 sucks in every aspect, so except for cylinder wall thickness, and that's it. But you ain't making enough power to break a cylinder wall 205 anyways, because something else is given out before that ever happens. But the FA, so anyway, so what they do with the FA? Well, they had to go from the EJ to something better. The EJ is dirty. It doesn't burn clean. The stroke is too short. The bore is too large. The burn is too inconsistent from one event to the next. So it's hard to make that engine run clean. The rod ratio sucks. The bore stroke ratio sucks. Like the heads have uneven ports from one cylinder to the next. Right? There's all kinds of stuff with EJ that are not conducive to a smooth, clean burning engine. The valve train is non-regenerative. It's all fucking flat tappets. It's belt driven. Right? There's all kinds of things that make the EJ waste horsepower and never get it back. So they said, well, we have this car that burns shitty and has a hard time meeting emission standards, has a hard time lasting a long time, has a hard time making power, and gets ass for gas mileage, right? The EJ is just so behind on fuel economy, it's laughable. So they had to make a car that still had the same horsepower ratings, you know, the 270, 300 range, but then got good fuel economy and burn clean. And they wanted to give it reduced turbo lag so that it felt like it had more torque all the time. And with those goals in mind, they fucking nailed it. They nailed it. Like the FA20 met those goals, and it did it beautifully. It did a great job. And so for Subaru, the FA20 is a wondrous success. They did good. I do not fault them in anything they did on that car at all, knowing the goals that they had in mind, right? And that's the key to anything. Anytime you evaluate a car or something that the OEMs did, OEMs are so stupid, they did this wrong, right? No, they didn't do it wrong. You got to understand what their goals are. And with the goals that Subaru had for the FA20, they did it, and they did it fucking beautifully. They did a great job. A ton of research went into it, even just for the bearings, the rod shape, the ports. Like, well, Toyota did a lot of it too, right? In the BRZ, and they did a really amazing job with the FA20 and the BRZ. That is far superior than the FA20 and the WRX. The BRZ one is fucking, the WRX one is kind of, right? For the performance guys. But for the technology that went into both those cars, they did a great job. BRZ's better than the WRX by far. But still, FA20 hit those fucking marks, and they did a great job. The cooling system is fucking perfectly balanced. The fuel system is balanced and even. The ports are balanced and even. It has low emissions. You can get almost 40 miles per gallon on an FA. You get a good fucking solid tune on it, change the cam timing, make it burn a little leaner and cruise, and utilize the EGR and TGVs to full effect. You can get fucking almost 40 miles per gallon on an FA. You ain't doing that on an EJ. You ain't doing that with a fucking tailwind of 40 miles an hour in an EJ, right? Like, the FA nailed it. Now, if your goal is high horsepower, the FA did not nail it. It's a tough car to make power on, and the ECU is even worse. They have 2 knock sensors on there, 1 on each bank. Like, they did cool shit on the FA. And that's why I think the FA24 is going to be, like, the man. I think that's going to be the man of the engines. I think when the 24 hits the STI and people start getting their hands on it and doing shit with it, I think it is gonna say goodbye to EJ. It's gonna drop a big old deuce right on the EJ's fucking front porch, hit the fucking doorbell, and just take off, man. And no one's gonna look back at it. I think it's gonna just fucking destroy the market. The FA's got roller followers, right? The rockers, right? And yeah, rockers are kind of bad. They're pretty much they're almost identical, like the SR20s. The SR20s have the little roller rockers that pivot on the hard stop. The 20s have a hydraulic one. The SR20s have a hydraulic pivot, and the FAs have a solid pivot. So they have that going for them. But like the SR20s, the FAs can sometimes spit out a rocker if you start banging off the rev limiter. But if you keep it factory level limiter, you almost never have that problem. If you raise it, you can start to get issues with that. You can break valve springs in the FA with that. There's a few things that can happen, in the FA, but overall, super nailed it. So it's the 205. I don't know what goal they had. Maybe the 205. They nailed that. Yeah. Let's take all this garbage we have and just sell it to somebody and see if they'll take it. I think that's what they did. That's like taking your fucking bag garbage from your kitchen, like looking and running across the street, your neighbor opening his garbage can, sticking it in there and closing the lid, right? They just wanted to pawn their garbage off on somebody else, and that was the 205. Next comment. Holy crap, there's a lot. Blue enjoyed the King bearings last year. Yeah, fuck King bearings. Sorry about your bearings, bud. It has to fix it when they get to feel like he earned it, never owned. Oh, the kid's car, right? I don't know. I'm just teasing. I mean, if you want your kid to learn cars and learn to wrench, buy him a WRX. The poor fucker spent more time turning wrenches he will driving it, especially with the 205. Only putting the lot numbers inside the packaging. Not even in the packaging, on the bearing, which is inside another layer of packaging. EJ owners, right? FA has oiling issues, I thought. No, the FA doesn't have oiling issues. FA's got a great system. FA's, yeah, the only issue with the FA oiling wise is just that the bearings undergo a lot of force because they have the big stroke and the short rod, and the angles on the bearings are on the rods. So, how do I say this? If you look at the bearing on the rod and the journal, right, and it's doing this number, right? So the crankshaft is spinning, but the rod is relatively stationary with like a really long rod. It has this little bit of wobble to it, and that's it with a long rod, right? But if you put a short rod on there, then this angle becomes greater, and then it starts to rotate more as it goes through, right? So the short rod, you get this rotational action, right? And so the weight of this big end moving up and down and rotating puts a lot of load on the bearings. And Toyota released a paper on this actually for the FA, for the BRZ, tackling all the challenges the BRZ had. And they show the forces on the FA and where they're concentrated in the rod and how they had to combat that in their goal to hit their horsepower mark on an NA FA. So it's actually a really good paper, and you can read about it. But that's the only real issue they have with the, sorry, I'm scrolling through the comments, and still pissed they didn't put PF. Yeah, dude, the port fuel injection yeah, it should have been on there for sure. And yes, the head's way better. They have a better port design. The whole port, the way it's angled and it goes in and out of the cylinder, the size, everything's better. The cams are bigger. Yeah, it's better. 85 50 miles per hour on the dash, bro. Yeah. Yeah, no, it doesn't. That's the other way around. Pick a map sensor. What's the math behind it? 3 bar, 5 bar. So with any sensor, the object is to use the smallest one you can get away with. Because every sensor only has 5 volts to give you what you're looking to give you your reading, right? So if you only have 5 volts, there's only so many divisions in 5 volts, and signal to noise ratio is always a factor. So like if you have a really small range, and that small range gives you a big change in value, and you have noise on that line, then your value's off, right? And it's always off by a factor of the noise that's in it. So always use the smallest sensor you can get away with. Same with fuel injectors. They only have so much room to provide you with fuel. Make sure you use, so you have the best resolution on there. So if you're not going to run 3.5 bars, then run a 3 bar, because you need to be, down there. So anyways, I'm here at the shop. See any more questions? Not gonna lie to you, I can use the restroom. 205 came with R92 tires. Oh, I know, right? Exactly. Bridgestone's like, I got all these shit tires. Who are we gonna sell them to? Hey, Subaru. They're putting trash in cars. We'll use the R92s. TGV deletes on FA20. TGV deletes will get our EGR useless. EGR in running car actually reduces knock, so because it's a cool EGR, there's a huge paper on that. I shared it at one point on Facebook. Spearco top mount? Shut up. Throw that shit in the trash. Spearco top mount is absolute garbage. Don't even waste your time. All right, I gotta go, guys. Thank you very much. I got a GetaDomTune 207 swap. Before that, I got Light My Load. So have a good day.